Alright, yo, what is good? I'm redoing some boards, so I figured I should probably, shoot it or whatever. So, I'm gonna rehash some ideas, visit the old video, answer some questions, but also, hammer out these boards. So, I'm doing top plies today. I still gotta figure out a bottom ply, so we'll work on that, but get a jump on the top. I'm using this screen that I had made, I had made it, but it ripped, and this is perfect. This is ideal. You need very loose tension. Also, this isn't the right way of doing it. This is like very elementary. So, I don't know. There's some kinks to work through, but that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna coat this thing, let it dry, and then we'll get these, the first layer down, top. All right, more about the screens. So, a couple different ways to right? Usually, you would take your time, you would get 230 mesh, you would get things with like the right tension, all the things that you're supposed to do. I don't do that because I'm not really focused on that. What I'm focused on is just the act of doing it. So regardless of mesh, this is 110. People use like 300 plus, but it gets the job done one way or another. So doing it like from, I guess, like the long way to the top, especially for like where the slit is, it just keeps the emulsion from not like gooping up in one area. If I were to go from like top to bottom like this, it would have all pooled in the middle because the tension is like super loose. So I guess just depending like where your ripped mesh is, if you're even doing a ripped mesh, whatever technique, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I mean, it's good to go. Let's just make it dry.
So you're gonna go out there? I might. Any medicine cabinet?
Pretty nice. Alright, got the screen. Looks pretty straight to me. The eyes don't lie. Alright. Alright. And in 7 seconds, this thing will be exposed. Alright, we're looking good. White's down now, put up the blue. This is the blue layer. No pinholes. Looks pretty good right there, actually. I'm just getting a kind of like a loose reference of where each board will go, and then you kind of have to eyeball it from there. I'm sure there's obviously a much better way of doing all of this, but I don't know it. That's pretty good. I like that. I'm sure you could probably like make one of these, but they're like 40 bucks, so I just bought it. And it works, it's fine. Cool, alright. Okay, so each of these boards has a different wheelbase. So I only use one bottom bracket to like lock the board in. And then the nose kind of, you kind of just have to use your eyeballs. This entire thing, I've just been like, it's all just off the cuff, right? You figure it out along the way. That's what that's the joy of printing. So each board that goes down, I only use one bracket because I don't have to be changing top and bottom brackets just to align, 9, 825s, it's all different. So one bottom bracket, and then you know, if it's off at the nose, I just move the nose one way or another, and then, you know, just use my eyeballs to see if it's even Steven. I'm only doing 10 of these, so I have, you know, 20 boards all together. I'm only doing 10 of this graphic because I want to spread the joy. You know, I don't want to do all, you know, I don't want to blow my load all at once. You know, I want to separate my shots. You see? So yeah, I'm gonna get into it. I'm using water-based ink for this base layer because, you know, just working with what I got. This is Permaset. This is fabric ink, but like, it works. Oh, I swear it works. It works pretty well. So when you're working with water-based, you always need dihydrogen monoxide. This is a lifesaver. Wish me luck. This could get messy. This could get pretty messy. And it got pretty messy. Alright, cool. That was pretty good. I like that one. I think it worked out pretty well. So doing it like this way, it's not so much as streaky. It doesn't like pull a ton of ink and then builds up down here. You know, you get a streak from like the edge of your squeegee, but I'm not really worried about that. I'm not really too concerned. Okie dokie. Second color's going down. Instead of water-based, the first layer was water-based. Second layer, this is enamel. Few pros and cons to enamel. I would say, you know, a pro is that it's permanent. It's pretty good. A con is that it's permanent. It's very, very, very permanent. Another pro is pretty good high. You inhale enough of this stuff, you can blast off, so it's kind of nice. Second color's going down. I didn't change anything about the bracket. That way, you know, the board is in the exact same place each time. So now I'm just going to add the blue. This is my second color going down. Oh, there. Worked out pretty good. I mean, besides the white, but that's all part, you know, it's all part of it, like I said. All right, that's all the tops. They're all done, so cool. All right, it's a new day, so I'm doing the bottom plies. So I made this graphic. It's a piece of corn. It's corn cob. You'll see it come together. But right now I'm getting screens going, which is just as similar as doing the top ply, so it's really not too much to show. But yeah, this is what I'm working with. I got ripped screen. This is why we hold on to junk, because we can use it. All right, another new day. We're back here trying to. I'm gonna get these done. I'm lollygagging. So this time around, I'm using for the base layer. I'm using enamel, just because I feel like the last time it got a little smeary. I think it's because of the ink. That felt pretty good. Seemed to work good. Dude, not too bad. Alright, let me get this thing off. Dang you. Not too bad. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Everything is fixable with the t-shirt. We'll come in here. Try to get our thumb on this thing. We'll just wipe away this excess right there. Nice. And then no one has to know. So now I'm lining up my second color. This is the yellow of the corner. In order to do that, you know, if I were to fly blind, you know, I might place the yellow out of line, and that would screw everything else up. So, in order to line up the yellow without any guide, because I don't use bullseyes or anything like that, and we don't want bullseyes on the board anyway, because that would just be, you just can't get rid of it. So, I use film. I line up the next color of film and then stack, you know, the other colors. And this kind of gives me like a direct sense of where the yellow should be. So I'll line up this black. This is the black outline, right? And I made sure I gave myself a bit of outline. Like I beefed up the stroke of the black. That way it traps everything in case anything kind of gets out of line. We're cooking with gas. Dude, pretty nice. A little bit of that smudge at the end, but I mean, that's like kind of like as expected, as we've learned so far. A t-shirt, that'll fix it, and then the black trap, that'll kind of fix all that other smudge. You'll see, it'll turn out fine. Color number 3. Pretty hungover right now, so we'll see how far we get. Alright, pretty nice. Wow, alright, this is coming together. Look at that, it's coming alive. Now we have the light green going. This is the 4th color, so alright, let's go. Alright. There we go. A little touch out of line here and there. Alright. Pretty nice. Still, again, touch out of line. We gotta, you know, just gotta roll with the punches. We didn't have black, so we're using brown. Again, you gotta work with what you got. Wow, pretty cool. Nice. Wow, the brown looks good. Justifiable, just as good as black. Oh, nice. Dang, yo, that one's even cleaner. Dang, yo. The boards are done, so that's nice. Took a little bit longer than expected. I know this video was a little bit long, but hey, thanks for sticking with me. If you made it this far, like, comment, and subscribe. But for everything involved, right? For all things said and done, the water-based ink sucked. The screens ripped. They're broke. Everything sucks. Everything's not good. But turned out pretty okay. Turned out pretty good, I would say. So yeah, these are on my website right now, and if you want one, you can get one. And yeah, I'll try to make more of these videos. I know, but one thing at a time. So thank you. I'll see you.